Today we are going to be discussing the place value in word problems. The objective is to develop understanding of place value to group and ungroup multi-digit numbers and solve word problems. The two vocabulary terms we're going to be looking at are expanded form and standard form. Expanded form is a number written to show the value of each of its digits. For example, 347 is expanded to be 300 plus 40 plus 7, identifying 347 in expanded form. Standard form is the name of a number written using digits. Now this is the form that we are most familiar with when we are doing any kind of equation. We generally use standard form. Let's review the place value drawings that we did in our last lesson. Let's look at the standard form number 1237. Let's look at it in our place value drawing. We have 1,000 bar representing the 1,000, the 1,000. We have 200 boxes representing the 200. We have 3 10 sticks representing the 30. And we have 7 1 circles representing the 7. If you would like to take a minute and practice making place value drawings of these standard form numbers, you can pause the recording. First, let's look at the place value drawing of a number. This number, written in standard form, is 2,345. Here we have 2,000 bars representing the 2,000. We have 300 bars representing the 300. We have 4 10 sticks representing the 40. And we have 5 1 circles representing the 5. Now, let's look at this same number in expanded form. We would expand it to be 2,000 plus 30, or 300 plus 40 plus 5. In standard and expanded form, we have the same number as we have represented here, and in standard form. We've just written it in a different way. Let's look at the number in standard form 1,237. I have 4 sets of questions here in different colors. We're going to look at each digit and discuss what the value is. The first set of questions is blue. What digit is in the tens place? If we look, this is ones, this is tens, this is hundreds, this is thousands. In the tens place, we have 30, or 3. What is the value of the digit in the tens place? It is 30. Let's look at the next set of questions. What is the digit in the thousands place? The 1. What is the value of the digit in the thousands place? 1,000. Let's look at the green questions. What is the digit in the ones place? It is 7. What is the value of the digit in the ones place? It is 7 ones, or 7. Let's look at the purple questions. What is the digit in the hundreds place? It is the 2. What is the value of the digit in the hundreds place? It is worth 200. Let's look at this. The same number, 1,237, in expanded form, 1,230 plus 7. How do we say it? We say it in the same way. It's 1,237. Now let's look at some different ways that we could expand this number. We could also say 12 hundreds, 3 tens, and 7 ones. we could combine the 12 into the hundreds column and call this 12 hundreds plus 30 plus 7 ones, 3 tens plus 7. Okay, or we can break it down even further and simply say we have 123 tens plus 7 ones. Same number in a different expanded way. Each of these represents the same number. We have grouped them a little differently to identify the value of the tens and the hundreds. Let's look at the place value of these equations. So let's look at first 9 plus 5. Pretty simple. 2 single-digit numbers equal 14. Now let's look at 90 plus 50. Now these are two numbers that we can solve simply by adding our two numbers in the tens column and adding a 0. If you notice, we've got a similar number here. We've simply just added a 0. We can expand our understanding of this and simplify even more by adding 2 zeros, making it 900 plus 500 equals 1400 or 1400 by simply adding the 5 and the 9 together and adding 2 zeros. Simplify our addition and subtraction. Here is a number. Let's write it now in expanded form. Let's pull this over, and I have already written it. Note here an interesting thing. 8,000 plus 300 plus 5. Notice that there is no number identified for the tens column because what we have there is a 0. It is holding a place. We don't have any value there, but it cannot be removed. It identifies a space. Let's see if we're correct. Okay, next, let's see if we can solve a problem using a place value drawing or expanded word form or expanded number form and see if we can solve this easily. It says Zoe's scout troop collected 743 cans of food to donate to a shelter. They put the cans in boxes of 10. How many boxes did they fill? How many cans were left over? In boxes of 10. If they put them in boxes of 10, we would have 73 boxes. Let's see if we're right. We'll write this, or 74 boxes. With 3 cans left over. Let's see if we're correct. Oops. I'll go back to my cursor. Oh, 74 boxes and 3 cans left over. Very good. Do you see how simple it is when we start identifying the place value, how quickly we can determine the answer by simply 74, and then adding because we recognize the tens column here, and adding the 3 cans that are left over. Now what your assignment is going to be reviewing expanded form and standard form. So in these assignments, you will take the word form of a number and you will identify it in number form, in standard form. So you will simply write, you will take this number right here, 212, and you'll simply fill in each. After reading the word number, you will simply write it in standard form. The next assignment will be to take these numbers and write them in word form that are written in standard form. You have some that you will be writing expanded form in. For example, 314 would be 300 plus 10 plus 4. In the sentences below, you'll be taking the expanded form and writing it in standard form. You will also have the opportunity to solve some word problems with place value drawings. Reading the instructions and follow through. In the last problem, number 27, it says, write your own place value word problem. Make a drawing to show how to solve your problem. Now this problem indicates to write it in your journal, but you are going to actually write it on the back of this assignment. So create a word problem and solve it and write it on the back of this form. To review what we've already discussed, let's ask the question and see if we can solve this problem. How can you find how many baskets of 100 peaches can be made with 742 peaches, and how many will be left over? I should probably have a question mark. Let's look at Miss Peggy, who has been helping us all along. How could we solve this with a place value drawing or with a expanded form drawing? Well, if we were to write 742 in expanded form, we would simply write 700 plus 40 plus 2. Well, if there are 700 peaches and we need baskets that will hold only 100, we would need 7 baskets. And how many will we have left over then? Here is what we would have left over. Let's see if we're right. 42 left over. So 700 plus 40 plus 2. 7 baskets of 100 peaches with 42 peaches left over. I hope this makes sense and that you feel comfortable with place value. We will be expanding our understanding of standard form, expanded form, and place value drawings, and how they will help us to solve problems. Thank you for your attention.